Tonight on Cronkite News, local reaction from President Donald Trump's latest threat on Iran.
I'm Ashley Aros here for Arizona Gives Day with kittens and puppies.
And it's the halfway point in the season for ASU baseball. This star baseball player is having one of the best seasons in program's history.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Malia Steinley.
And I'm Ron Cunningham. Thank you for joining us. The conflict in Iran is rapidly escalating. This morning, President Trump threatened the Middle East country on Truth Social.
Trump wrote, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again." At the time of this recording, Iran faces a critical deadline imposed by the U.S. to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran said they would counter with immediate and proportionate action. Democrats and Republicans are criticizing the president's comments.
Alyssa Horton joins us from Washington, D.C. to talk about the president's threats against Iranians civilians.
Alyssa, how unusual are the president's threats?
It's very unusual, even for President Trump, who just last week threatened to destroy Iran's desalination plants. During his first term, he made threats against North Korea and said he would unleash, quote, "fire and fury," end quote. But even those were not catastrophic, civilization-ending threats. Wars don't just affect armies and navies. Civilians get killed, bridges and homes and power plants do get destroyed, but targeting civilians and the infrastructure they rely on isn't legal by U.S. law or international law. Part of it is the scale of the threat. Destroying a particular bridge or factory can be entirely legal as long as it has a military objective, but destroying all of a country's bridges goes well beyond what's military necessary. Hundreds of legal scholars, including former lawyers at the Defense and State Departments, have spoken about that today. Republicans largely supported Trump during the first month of the war, but today we heard criticisms and some alarmism from his supporters. Podcaster Candace Owens called Trump a, quote, "genocidal lunatic." Former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene called the threat evil and asked his cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment, declaring him unfit to serve. Tucker Carlson said the general should refuse to follow through such orders. I was at the White House earlier today and talked to some of the Trump supporters who were in support of the war with Iran, but are very uncomfortable with the escalation and rhetoric.
Thank you, Alyssa, for your insight from Washington, D.C. Back here in Arizona, Daniel Azimi, the president of the Iranian Student Association at ASU, says the war is provoking strong reactions from his members of his group.
So our main objective is to educate people and to support our students here. So essentially, we're just standing up for human rights. It's bipartisan. We don't want the Iranian people to be killed because it affects the students here at ASU. It makes me sick to my stomach that they're using humans as meat shields in Iran.
And many across the state are feeling the impact of the war at the pump. That's because Arizona has some of the highest gas prices out of all 50 states. Since last year, the average cost of gasoline per gallon is almost 60 cents higher than the national average, according to AAA, and is now sitting at $4.99 in some parts of the state.
Well, Aaliyah, I'm definitely not excited to tap my car at the pump, but there's something worth spending some money on today.
Yeah, Ron, our Ashley Aros is joining us from Phoenix to tell us all about Arizona Gives Day and how to donate your charitable cause of choice.
Arizona ranks low for charitable donations. Nonprofits like Heidi's Village counts on events like today. Here's how Arizona Gives Day is going to boost charitable donations. This is Blanc and Saki. This is Heidi's Village, a nonprofit that rescues and fosters animals until they find permanent homes. Caregivers at Heidi's Village are helping them and other animals. People in Arizona are not donating enough money to charities and nonprofits, according to recent studies.
Arizona is ranked 49th in the nation for charitable giving.
But today, according to Arizona Impact for Good, is a good chance to start donating.
Arizona Gives Day is such a great way for people to come out and help build that better community. So why don't we flip the script? If we're 49th in the nation, why don't we start giving? Why don't we start supporting more of a community?
Money to this nonprofit impacts these animals' lives and allows more animals to be saved. Heidi's Village has a clinic, boards dogs for rescue partners, and supports kitten season.
So when we don't get donations, honestly, like getting the support from the community helps us get to yes, right? The more that we can bring in as far as donation and honestly fosters is how we are able to say yes to more kittens like Blanc.
Heidi's mission is to foster and find a home for every animal. And if you're wondering where to donate, Arizona offers tax credits for certain charities. Make sure to check out eligibility on the Arizona Department of Revenue.
The Phoenix Film Festival is back and will celebrate 26 years of movies and local films.
Yep, the festival is located at the Harkin Scottsdale 101 for the 12th year in a row. And organizers say the festival also brings a boost to many local restaurants in the area.
It's their busiest week of the year is the film festival. And so that's more contributing to what they do. And, we hear from some of them like, oh, we wish you had this film festival 3 or 4 times a year. And so we're really happy, to be a good neighbor in that way.
Starting on Thursday, the festival will be showing over 200 films, including local shorts, horror, sci-fi, and feature films. Tickets can be found on their website. The festival will run until Sunday the 19th. Coming up next, one major airline announces it's raising its bag fees. We'll tell you which one.
Plus, a check-in on the historic Artemis II mission.
Houston, we have you the same, and it is so great to hear from Earth again.
Learn more about the mission's whereabouts coming up on Cronkite News.
Plus, some cloudy days are ahead for Arizona. Could that mean rain? Stay tuned for a full weather report.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
I'll ask for your autograph because I don't really ask for autographs much, but you deserve that. You really are something. Everybody's talking about this. And I look forward to having you in the Oval Office at the White House, and we will celebrate your incredible achievements and triumphs. This is big. This is really big stuff.
That was President Trump speaking to the Artemis II crew earlier today. They are on day 7 of an approximately 10-day mission. The astronauts traveled the furthest distance in space in human history, at more than 200,000 miles from home. They also become the first humans to see the far side of the moon.
Back on Earth, we're staying up in the sky, but for a price.
That's right. Delta Airlines announced some price hikes that travelers should look out for when planning their next vacation.
The airline announced that travelers' first 2 checked bags will increase by $10. However, a third checked bag will have an increase of $50 up to $200. The price increase comes after fuel prices surged due to the Iran war.
Meanwhile, a massive warehouse fire broke out in San Bernardino County, California. The morning fire at the warehouse lit up the sky, and firefighters worked into the afternoon to put out the flames. Investigators believe the fire was set on purpose. The suspect is now in custody.
After plenty of sunshine and heat, it looks like a much-needed shift is on the way.
Could we finally get some cooler temperatures? Ray Tadalco joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thank you, guys. Tonight, we are gonna go down into the 70s, 74 by 10 p.m. tonight, and we're also gonna see some pretty clear skies as our temperature shifts into the evening. But looking at our lower temperatures for tomorrow, we're gonna see 68 degrees in Phoenix in the valley, which is pretty nice. Then we're gonna go ahead to the western part of the state, 65 degrees in Yuma. Now up in the northern part, we are gonna see 35 degrees in the Grand Canyon area and 61 degrees down in Tucson. Now, as we look ahead to some warmer temperatures our way, 96 degrees in Phoenix. We are looking at some warmer temperatures as we're heading into the April month here, and then up on the western part, we're looking at 98 degrees in Yuma. It is getting warmer up in the northern part of the state, 73 degrees in Grand Canyon, 70 degrees in Flagstaff, and 92 degrees down in Tucson. But as we look ahead to the rest of the week, we are going to see some pretty nice trends of 90 degrees through Wednesday and Friday. Some clouds our way, but the weekend we're going to look back down into the 80s, 85 degrees on Saturday, 80 degrees on Sunday. We're looking at a lot of clouds our way Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to see 76 on Monday, 82 degrees on Tuesday. It's going to be really nice weather as we head into April. We're looking at some nice days to go outside and enjoy it with your friends and family. I'm Ray Tadalco from the Cronkite Weather Center.
The temperatures may be nice now, but the triple-digit temperatures are just weeks away.
That, of course, means we'll be using our air conditioning, but Arizona's Attorney General has a warning for landlords who don't keep the ACs in working order. AG Chris Mays says landlords must take swift action when there's failure. And under Arizona law, landlords are required to maintain habitable living conditions in Phoenix and in Tucson. The temperature cannot exceed 82 degrees, and landlords must act within 5 days after they're given a written notice. If not, Arizona law may allow you to repair it yourself and deduct the cost from your rent.
Coming up next is the ASU baseball team's halfway point through the season.
There's one player who stands out among the team.
And coming up on the Cronkite Sports Report, I have more on this star player. And what steps make him apart from the rest? Stay tuned to learn more.
This is where Cronkite can be creative.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there in that moment. You know that you've reached them.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Aiden O'Neill, and thank you for joining us. The Michigan Wolverines won the men's college basketball championship in Indianapolis, beating two-seeded UConn Huskies 69-63. Michigan led 33-29 at the half and outscored UConn by 2 in the second half. Michigan's defense held UConn's offense to only 39% shooting from the field. And the Wolverines win their second championship in men's college basketball to go along with the program's 1989 crown. The victory was the first for the Big Ten Conference since Michigan State in 2000. The UConn Huskies were denied the chance to win a third championship in just 4 seasons. A big part of March Madness is sports betting, and online sports gambling continues to grow. Our reporter Ray Tadako has more on the risks of sports betting in the very state of Arizona.
From a simple download, online sports betting is anywhere. It's like a casino in your app store.
Well, it's convenient now. So, typically we would go to sports books, like DraftKings.
Jaylani Dudley placed his bets in March Madness.
I'm on a losing streak. I bet on U of A, Michigan beat them, and I bet on South Carolina. They just lost.
The risk is a part of the game. According to the Arizona Department of Gaming, in December 2025, Arizonans bet roughly $800 million, but they also lost roughly $90 million.
Betting the odds and become really into what the scores are, what the players are doing, and getting really emotional.
Jessica Rosa works for the Arizona Department of Gaming. She said losing and even gambling addiction are just some of the risks. Bettors should beware. Not every app is regulated. Some could be scams. And as easy as it is to place a bet on your phone, any athlete has to avoid it.
The most important thing is to maintain distance.
Attorney Cherie Wright has worked in sports law to help college athletes negotiate contracts. She said sports betting could ruin their career.
Because it's so easy to put an athlete in that situation because everyone is sports betting nowadays.
Best advice? Make a plan and stick to it.
Check your bet, make sure you're betting with a regulated operator, but also set a budget. Stick to it, don't chase your losses, don't borrow from friends and family, and know when to step away.
In Phoenix, Ray Tadako, Cronkite News.
Arizona funds resources to help with gambling addiction, and most apps will allow you to exclude yourself to get a break. Now we go over to the hardwood, where the Phoenix Suns play the Houston Rockets tonight. And it isn't just any other matchup between the two teams. It will be the first time that former Suns superstar Kevin Durant takes the floor in Mortgage Matchup Center since he was traded last offseason. If you recall, the Rockets received Kevin Durant and the Suns received guard Jalen Green and forward Dylan Brooks. The number 10 pick in the 2025 NBA draft that became center Kaman Malawach and 5 second-round picks. So far, it's worked out for the Suns. Green and Brooks are the second and third leading scorers on the team this year, and Malawach has been a solid rotational piece for the Suns. Green talked to the media earlier today about going up against his former team.
I mean, like any other game, you step in the lines, that's all out the window. Everything, got to be left out on the floor. So I'm just going to approach it like every other game that I do. Obviously, it hit a little different with the wind and they were playing because it's the old team.
After tonight's game, the Suns play their final home game of the regular season against the Dallas Mavericks before 2 road games. Phoenix holds the 7th seed in the Western Conference, 3 games back of the Minnesota Timberwolves. ASU baseball has hit the halfway point on their 2026 campaign, and they've excelled in numerous spots this season. But if you have attended a game this year, you'll realize there is one player who stands out among the rest. Reporter Matthew McCord has more from the Diamond.
In sports, there are stars. Then there are players who truly transcend the game with their sheer ability to put the team on their back. 20-year-old sophomore Landon Hairston is that player, who is having one of the most incredible seasons in Arizona State program history. The outfielder leads the team in overall hitting, home runs, grand slams, and RBIs, where he had 8 in a game against West Virginia. But through all the success, Hairston's power surge at the plate is something he's still learning how to take advantage of.
This year, searching for a little bit more damage, I think I could say that, but in a controlled way, in a mature way, where last year when I tried to do damage, I get out of my zone and start rolling things over, but doing damage the right way, I think that was important for me in learning how to do that.
Hairston is one of the highest ranked recruits coming out of Castile High School in Queen Creek, with opportunities to play just about anywhere, but he decided to take his game to Tempe and represent the area he's always called home.
It's the reason why I came here. Bloomie sold that pretty early in the recruiting process to me, being able to impact your community at a much bigger level. If you're in high school and you're in Arizona, there's no better place to be. You're representing something way bigger than yourself and at your home state. And you're gonna have all your family at your games, all your friends at your games, still be able to hang out with them every day if you want. Yeah, it's no place I'd rather be than here.
For head coach Willie Bloomquist, seeing the local product produce on the field helps in more ways than one.
You can see that homegrown talent does phenomenal things here in Tempe, and the guys that have passed on us to go elsewhere, they'll learn, they'll start learning real quick that this is a pretty special place to play.
Like the Sun Devil legends that have come before him, Hairston hopes to leave an indelible impact on one of the greatest baseball programs in the country. Hairston has already given Sun Devil fans so many exciting moments through his first 2 years at the program, but with the talent that he has, we can expect a few more from the superstar sophomore. I'm Matthew McCord in Phoenix, reporting for Cronkite News.
And just last week, Hairston was named the Big 12 and Golden Spikes National Player of the Week. Finally, moving on to women's hockey. Last week, the Professional Women's Hockey League set a new U.S. arena attendance record for a professional women's hockey game. A total of 18,006 fans sold out the New York Sirens versus the Seattle Torrent game at Madison Square Garden. Many sports icons were in attendance, including Billie Jean King, Ilana Kloss, and Flau'jae Johnson, who performed the ceremonial puck drop. This was the first ever PWHL game held at the Garden. The New York Sirens won 2-1. This game at the world's most famous arena marked the league's 8th time breaking the U.S. arena record for a women's hockey game since the inaugural puck drop back in January of 2024. That's it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Aiden O'Neill. Thank you so much for joining us. Now back to Aaliyah and Ron.
Thanks, Aiden. Coming up next, a look back in time with one of our founding fathers.
Yeah, Leah, a rare artifact was just unearthed in Virginia.
Stay tuned to learn just what researchers discovered and whose home it was in. Coming up on Cronkite News.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it. I was like,
freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
Cronkite can be creative.
Welcome back. We've got some pretty cool discovery to discuss.
Yeah, Ron, archaeologists say they've found a historic artifact at Thomas Jefferson's house. Researchers discovered a kiln from the 17th century at the former president's land in Virginia. They believe it helped make the bricks of his Monticello home.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Ron Cunningham.
And I'm Aaliyah Steinley. Thank you for joining us.